Good evening, students. We have studied about if-else statement, and we have also learned about range function. So what we'll do, we'll try some questions that need you to implement all of these in one single program to get an output. Let us take example of this question number 24 that is given in this chapter that requires you to print this pattern, this star pattern. It is made using star symbol, and you can see these stars are placed in a shape of a diamond. So we will see what logic we need to implement and how we can begin writing a program that can draw a pattern like this or this or this or any pattern. So using the technique that I'm going to tell you, you can create a program that will uh, generate a pattern of any design. Okay, so you are whenever you are given a design, you need to implement the same technique and you will be able to write the program. So first of all, let us see this diamond shape, and what you need is a blank page. First of all, don't start writing the program, just draw this pattern on a blank page. Okay, so let us take a blank page and draw this pattern. Okay, so this is something like this. We have a star, we have two stars here, we have more stars like this, and finally the last one. Okay, so this is somewhat it looks like, and once you have drawn this, you need to put it inside a cage. ठीक है, इसको आप एक केज के अंदर कर देंगे. So let's draw some line. You may use a ruler to draw it perfectly. I am using just my hand to draw this, so it might not look very well drawn, but still it would work. Okay, so what I am doing is I am putting all these stars inside a cage. Okay, so it goes like this. So this is you have to do with any kind of design that you get to make the program. So okay, so any design, you put it inside a row and column or cage, whatever you call, or mesh, whatever it is. So you can make something like this on a blank piece of paper. So this is the first task. So any program that requires you to draw a pattern, first you draw it on a blank page and then put it inside a cage like this. Okay, then what we do, we write numbers for the column and the rows. Okay, so these are the columns and these are the rows. So we'll number them. We start with 0 here, 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so the columns are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next we will number the rows, again starting with 0. So this is the row 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So you can see that we have a cage which can accommodate the diamond shape that we are required to write the program for. Okay, next is we are going to find a pattern in this design. Okay, so finding the pattern is easy. We can just encircle some consecutive stars like this. So these are in a line. Okay, these two are in a line, these two are in a line, and the remaining one is this one. So we have 1, 2, 3 and 4. We got 4 patterns, and why we got the pattern in this shape is because we have some things that are common in this pattern. We'll see what are they. First let us number these patterns. This is our pattern number 1. Okay, this is our pattern number 2, this is our pattern number 3, and finally this one single star is our pattern number 4. So we got 4 patterns, and the things that are common for these patterns are, let us write row and column. Okay, so for this pattern 1, if we look at this star 1, this one, the first star in this pattern, what is the row number? If you look at the left hand side, you will find the row number. This is the row number. So what it is for this star? It is 0. Okay, the row is 0 for this star, so you write 0. And what is the column number for this star? You can just see above it. So this is 2. Okay, looking at the second star, what is the row? It is 1. And what is the column? It is again 1. Look at this star, what is the row number? It is this one, it is 2. And what is the column? Look above, it is 0. Okay, so we have a set of rows and columns, and if you see what the pattern we are getting here, if you add row and column, so what you will get? 0 plus 2, 2, 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 0, again 2. So the sum of row and column will always be 2. So this was the pattern, that's why we chose this pattern in this way. Okay, so what we get out of this for our program? We get the information that you can write in the if statement, like if row and column, the sum of row and column is equal to 2, draw the star pattern. Okay, so wherever the sum of row and column becomes equal to 2, you ask the program to print a star pattern. So you get one statement, so that statement will print the pattern in this shape. Okay, and before that, so that each stars are positioned in their proper place, we need to make a matrix. A matrix will be in the form of range. Okay, we will give range in this program, and it will be a nested range because we want to create a matrix. Okay, a column, a 5 column and 5 rows matrix. Okay, these are 5 columns, 1 2 3 4 5, and these are rows, 1 2 3 4 5. It is starting with 0, that is why it is ending with 4, otherwise it is a 5 by 5 matrix. Okay, so we will create a range, nested range of 5, limit range 5, and again range 5 to range we will give in a nested form, so that will create a matrix. So how we come to know that we need to create a range of 5 by 5? By drawing this shape here. Okay, if we have not drawn this, you would not know what we have to write in the range, what number we have to write in the range. Okay, so we have seen this pattern, we got this number here, we got this pattern. Let us look at this one, column and row. So for this one, the row is 1 and the column is 3. The column is 3 here and the row is 1 here. For this one, the column is 4, this one, and the row is 2. So you can derive a pattern like if you subtract row from the column, you would again get number 2. Okay, so we can again write one equation, or you can say one expression in Python. If if column minus row is equal to true, then draw a pattern or maybe draw a star. Okay, so finally you can do the same thing for this one and this one. Okay, so let us write the program and see how it is written. And we start our Thorny and let us type the program. for row in range, five. Okay, we need to create a 5 by 5 matrix, and we create a nested for loop. Okay, so these two nested loop will create our 5 by 5 matrix that we got to know from this design that we made on the paper, that we need a 5 by 5 matrix. Okay, next is our conditions that we got from these patterns. Okay, so first one was row plus column should be equal to 2. If row plus column okay, so this one was the first condition. Second one was column minus row is equal to 2. So we'll write this in OR. And finally we write the conditions for the remaining two patterns, that are this one, these two, and this single one. Okay, so this would be and we have a blank statement, a blank print statement, so that each lines are printed in a new line. So that is all for this one. So these were the conditions, these are the main things. This line is going to print the pattern. So for the last one, row plus column is equal to 6, it was here 3 was the column and 3 was the row, so you can say 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. So it was very simple for that one. And if these conditions are true, print the pattern. Okay, and again this one here, so that the patterns are printed in a single line. Okay, and this is for the spacing between each stars, and this is for the line, a new line after each pattern is printed. Okay, so if we run this program, you can see that we are getting this diamond pattern. Okay, so in a similar way you can write program to draw any of these patterns. You can try for this one, for this one, just draw them inside a matrix, find a pattern. For this one you can have a pattern like this. Okay, um, a pattern like this. You can overlap the patterns also. Okay, there is no issue, the patterns can overlap them. Okay, so something like this. um, for this one it will be very easy, that like for all the columns that have value 0, you can just print the pattern, because this is the first column, so it will have the value 0. So for the 0 you can have just print the star pattern. Okay, so I hope you understood this program, and you will be able to make the programs for these questions given here. Okay, these ones, so you can try these questions. Okay, and I hope you will be able to uh, show some examples. Maybe you can make some of your own pattern. Okay, apart from these pattern, you can draw any other pattern on your book, on your copy, and write a program for that particular pattern. Okay, that would be interesting. So let us see in the group what you create. Thank you.